Okay, so
I don't
are you
know.
guys ready for the podcast?
Oh, I thought you guys already started. Interesting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Greyshot Productions podcast. With me today is my evil doppelganger and the host of Greyshot Productions, Greyshot117,
Hi, everybody.
and the lovable CH2 player and idiots, Ryan, or GTA
Special
Coded.
guest.
Yeah, special
Well, hey
guest.
there, fellas.
Yes, so today we're going to have a little bit of a shorter episode, but we are back with episode 3. We took a little bit of a hiatus because, reasons.
You couldn't do it.
I,
Hey, let's do Skype. Every time I do it, sorry guys, I have to go. Hey guys, let's do Skype. You have to go. I actually made an account and you didn't friend it in that time. So,
So this is 151's fault. I knew it.
you
I knew
know,
it. You son of a bitch, 151. You son
you know,
of
you
a
go,
bitch.
you know, you two can go jump over a cliff, which reminds me of jumping over cliffs, and things, just going bottom up. How's the channel?
oh, it's going well actually. Going pretty well. We're doing a lot more streams. Quantum Break comes out around the time this podcast should release. Hopefully, you'll catch some streams on that. I really have no idea how the Windows 10 is going to perform. I haven't really caught, but everything else about Quantum Break seems really good.
Oh,
Really
you
excited.
upgrading to Windows 10?
I already have Windows 10,
Oh, you do. Interesting.
which may be the reason why Alan Wake, because stream I've been doing is kind of running so shit. I may end up actually redoing episode 2, because I didn't realize it was that bad.
Well, so now, Alan Wake, is that kind of like a survival horror type game, or
It's a narrative action survival, not a horror game. I wouldn't say survival, but it's definitely a horror esque.
so is it
Um,
kind of like that one game Until Dawn? Because I played that recently. That
Until
sounds
Dawn,
pretty
I
cool.
would consider more of a horror game.
Okay.
Until Dawn is probably scarier than Alan Wake, honestly. Alan Wake is more tension
Psychological
filled.
thriller. Okay.
Yeah. And also, it really, like, with Alan Wake, you have no, like, again, if you are watching it for the first time, you are probably so confused by what is going on. Like, the Alan Wake is split up into 6 parts and then 2 extra DLC parts. If you are trying to understand what is going on with Alan Wake, by the end of the first episode, you are confused as hell. Because, like, wait, what just happened? What is going on? And the more it explains it, it doesn't answer questions at a faster rate than questions arise. Alan, I personally, it's one of my favorite games. I have the collector's edition, both hard copy and digital copy, and I also have a wooden, awesome uh, thing I made with the Alan Wake logo because I liked it so much.
I just want to make a
But
note, cutting you off. You bought that game 3 times. You bought the original game. You bought then,
360.
yeah. Then you bought the game again. You bought the limited collector's edition, which, by the way, you
Yep,
never played the Signal because you were so obsessed with that game.
I didn't want to lose the digital code. I don't know why I never could do it. Um,
And then you bought it on Steam. Big
yep,
surprise.
yeah.
Well, how many games have you guys actually bought multiple times? Because
I've been
I've
trying.
done that several times.
I've been trying to go through all the games I've bought. Why do you think I went through Valkyria Chronicles and like a bunch of others? I have Bastion lined up with Transistor. I have quite a few other games. I'm just like trying to beat. I'm gonna go hopefully play Assassin's Creed Chronicles, Quantum Break, finish up Tomb Raider. I have a load of games I'm just trying to beat. Which is also sad when I think about it. I have yet to play a new game that has come out this year.
I mean, well,
Like I'm being honest right now. The Quantum Break will be the first game. I have like I want to play Dying Light. I want to play Unravel. I want to play The Witness. I want to play what is it called? Firewatch. But my problem is just like I'm gonna wait for them to go on sale and I'm gonna play it. That way I have it. I have right now a list of top whatever for the year that I keep track. That way I'm okay. Like for TV shows, The Flash is on there. Maybe I'll add Quantum Break if it's good. Funny enough for TV shows and games. Um, but I have no games. Like I have no games because nothing is coming out except for maybe
yeah.
Life is Strange, which
Okay.
just got a hard
Hold on,
copy.
hold on. I'm gonna walk in here for a second. XCOM 2 walks out.
Oh fuck! God damn it!
Dude, XCOM 2 is
One,
good. It's
one.
just it couldn't hold me as well as it did for the first one. The first one, it gripped me and it held me for a long time. But XCOM 2, I basically binge played it for like 3 days and then I just dropped it from there. I mean, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. Oh
I'm
fuck, now
so
I'm saying
happy I
it, but
streamed that game because the reason is it's just like it shows how I play that game, and I am so happy I was actually surprised at a few stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this is happening right now. It's like, what is
yeah.
this alien? Why is it murdering me? Why is it literally killing everything I have?
Dude, the fucking
The final
what's it
boss in
called?
that game is insane. Like, it is ratcheted up difficulty for no reason. And they do the exact same thing, the original XCOM, spoiler, where it's like, hey guys, you need to kill this thing. Except guess what? There's not just one of them, there's three of them this time. It's like, well,
Oh
thank
wow.
you. And they're teleporting around the room, not to spoil what they are, but it's annoying. And once you verse this thing, I reach they make
I
it
mean, dude, you can spoil it, dude. It's like
all
I
right,
give it a month for
spoilers.
spoilers.
They're avatars, and they're human ethereal hybrids that are extremely powerful and will heal. My problem is the fact when I originally
Basically
killed.
possessed people, right? Or like
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
a possessed vessel.
They're actually biologically made ethereal human hybrids. So ethereals can transfer from their dying
I think
bodies
it's pronounced
to their
ethereal.
human. Ethereal, whatever you want to call them. In any case, the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I say this is this simple fact. As much as I wanted to fight them, I like when I originally fought it. I originally thought it was my original character in XCOM because they hinted your original character in XCOM did not die. So it's like, okay, is that the is there? Are they going to make an appearance in XCOM 2? And they don't. They honestly don't. I'm just like,
What do you
really?
mean? You talking about the commander? Because they're the same commander from XCOM 1.
No, no, not the commander. I truly mean your original character, your psychic character that dies or supposedly dies saving the world at the end of XCOM 1.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly, again, destroys itself with the mothership, but again, it just disappears. For a second, I thought that was an ethereal in XCOM 2. I'm like, oh my god, it's an ethereal. It literally became an ethereal trying to fight them. And then I realized it was just a bad dialogue scene. It was literally just an evil ethereal. I'm like, god damn it. But I'm like, you literally hinted it. You had a character that looked exactly like my character with the glowing hair and everything, and yet you don't take advantage of that? Why not? Ah. The game is awesome, but
That is
it was
awesome.
lacking. In
I
some regards.
seriously still think they need to do a co-op. There needs to be more co-op games, like strategy games especially. There's nothing more fun than playing a co-op strategy
I
game.
don't think you could do XCOM co-op. I
No, I think you could if you do it. You get three squad. Each person gets three squad members, or two squad members, or whatever, and you can
Yeah,
control them.
the simultaneous thing would probably be the issue, but I guess they do that in Civ. So if they can crack it in Civ, I'm sure they could crack it in XCOM.
Well, you could do like one player moves this per character, player moves this character. Like you do one, and one, and then the aliens take their turn or something.
I think if you do simultaneous, I think simultaneous way to do. If you do it part by part, I think that would be too long.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
it was. I mean, no offense, bro. I was very captivated by your stream. I thought yours was pretty well done.
Brown noser.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm boasting this channel. It's Greyshot Productions. I have a stake in it. But
Mm-hmm.
no,
Oh
no,
yeah, you're doing Civ, aren't
You're
you?
just riding on the coattails of your twin brother, and you know it.
maybe no. I honestly think that I honestly think XCOM, I will agree, kind of lacks that thing. I don't know why. I think the original XCOM was like, again, it was like a very hardy like battle. Like it was a very,
Hardy.
yeah. Hold on where I'm going with this. Where XCOM 2 is like just loaded with over the top sugary goodness, and you just get sick and tired of that a lot quicker. At least that's me.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's people are gonna hate me for this, but I kind of feel the same way about like Witcher 3. Like there is like it's a good game. It's a beautiful game. The acting is great. The graphics are great. There's a metric shit ton of things to do, but it's like it wears you out just thinking about, oh shit, I have all this shit to do.
I have yet to play Fallout or Witcher. I'm so backlogged.
Oh,
I have yet to play either.
and you also have never played Skyrim either.
Oh, I played Skyrim. I didn't like Skyrim.
You
Spoiler: I don't like a
you
lot of
are a
fantasy games.
piece of shit. for not liking Skyrim.
The most recent fantasy game I can remember playing that I liked and enjoyed was Shadows of Mordor: Middle Earth.
That's basically it's actually literally an Assassin's Creed 2 clone.
Would you like to know why I liked it? Because the combat was amazing and the orc system, the nemesis system was
That
fantastic.
actually like that game, like the combat. I played it. I borrowed my friend's copy on PS4. Um, the combat didn't really seem anything special to me, but that orc system, that was a genius game mechanic, and I wish more games would implement something like that.
I literally was so awesome and proficient at killing orcs. The orcs were afraid to actually get promoted. Like they were, murdered all of them, and almost none of them were new. Like there were a few new ones, and they were terrified of me. It's like,
I just like the idea of this orc just, you're getting promoted, and he's like, no, Philip wants to get promoted. He's like, no, the other guy, no, no. And then they're finally like giving, and then they just like, no, go outside. And they just like walk outside like cowering, and they just like turn around, and they just see your guy with like the sword, like, here's your promotion.
I've been waiting for you.
well, there are two lands in Middle Earth. There are Shadows of Mordor. There's like this grassy kind of like bay area, and then there's like kind of fertile lands, and then you have this like decrepit, destroyed, kind of like what the movie showed, like a destroyed Middle Earth, and in Mordor. And again, the one where it was decrepit and destroyed, I murdered every single person in that area. And then the fertile one, I'm like, I'm gonna mind control every single orc in the area. So by the end of it, I had one area where no orc wanted to be captain, and the other one where every orc was my captain. It was great.
Interesting. I actually thought of an interesting thing. Like, I feel like like a game like Fallout or Skyrim or a type of game like that. I think it'd be kind of interesting if like the world itself had a finite number of NPCs in it. A 100% finite number of NPCs. And if you want to be a dick, you can literally murder everybody. Literally everybody. But it's going to screw you over hard if you do. I think that'd be interesting. Like say like there's two warring factions. If you want to, you can just help fight annihilate one faction, and then there's nothing left but the other faction. Or you could just then double cross them and then leave the area a barren wasteland where nobody lives. Like in Scott, like kind of like in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Like if you go to like a settlement,
Well, can't
and
you murder anyone in Fallout?
most anybody, and
Except
like
the women and children.
like well, there's mods for that. Um, but like with Fallout though, like if you murder everybody in a town, like all the named characters. That's the thing. The thing here is named characters. If you murder all the named characters, it'll tell you in like the post game recap thing where it tells you, hey, what happened after all this shit went down and the game's over, and it'll tell you that like, oh, this settlement was completely abandoned, or this settlement was completely abandoned, or that settlement was completely abandoned because you murdered everybody in there. But what I'm talking about is like there's still things still respawn. You'll get respawning raiders. You get respawning NPCs. Like if you go to the Strip in Fallout New Vegas, you'll like if you kill all the named characters, you'll still have NPCs that spawn because they're just labeled, like a gambler or NCR trooper or whatever. What I'm saying is like they don't have random NPCs. There is one NPC. There's like completely individual NPCs, and once they're gone, they're gone. So like if the game world has 1,000 people, you can go throughout the game and kill like 500 of them, and there's only going to be 500 left, like something like that. I think it'd be kind of interesting.
I think that's kind of an idea of like survival games nowadays. It's like you have limited resources, limited people, limited lives, like timed. It's
Yeah.
I think I do like that approach, and that's the thing I always wanted with like a zombie game. It's like I want to clear out all the zombies. Like when I'm playing Dead Rising,
Yes, exactly.
I want to clear out all the zombies. I understand that I won't be able to mow them down as cool, but if I kill 2,000 or like 50,000 zombies in this, which was like Dead Rising achievement, this city should be a lot less packed, and you should be able to take it back.
Like something like
That would
that.
be a cool option to have. Like again, do you want to infinite or do you want to clear? And if you do it, which I really would like in like State of Decay, sorry, is once you clear out
State of
town,
Decay.
you can also make sure that you clear it out of zombies unless the zombie horde comes in. If a horde came in, that's fine. It's like
And
a
then,
roving horde. But if it's
yeah,
like just like random zombies, if I clear out every single house and I clear every single zombie, it should dramatically lower that, and that would be great because that would decrease
yeah,
performance issues.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Or what was it? But can you imagine like the frustration that like I can imagine like somewhat kind of frustration, but also make it a little bit. They'd also probably be a little bit fun. Is like you murdered like 24,999 zombies, and you're waiting for that 25,000th zombie, and you can't find them.
Like you're running around
Like
like,
you,
where is this
yes,
asshole?
like
He's just glitched over
where
there.
is he? Like you're just creeping through buildings with like a shotgun. Like where is he? I know he's here somewhere. That'd be kind of interesting, I think. Actually, I think Stalker does something similar to that, where like it has a set number of NPCs. Not, but I think it also does it like a set number of named NPCs as well. I'm not entirely certain. Don't quote me on that because I didn't play Stalker that much. But I actually do think Stalker does have a set number of NPCs. But I think there should be more games like that. You know?
Yeah, I can definitely agree, and I do like, again, I'm liking what survival games are currently bringing to the table when it comes to things like permadeath and environments that are always open and like those types of things because in essence it's driving to the heart where yes you still can respawn, you still regain like a level progression system, but everything has weight. If you die in, let's say, Fallout 4, there's no weight, you just you just load up the
Yeah,
previous save.
exactly.
But adding
I
like
think I think
a
there should be
survival
like
mode or something is awesome in my book.
don't quote me on this, but I believe that Bethesda is planning on, or they may have already done it, but they're planning on rehaul, like doing a overhaul of the survival mode in Fallout 4, which is like a survival difficulty, and they're like fleshing it out, like making it so that you can't save unless you're sleeping in a bed in a settlement or something and stuff like that. You have to eat, sleep, drink, like all that kind of stuff. You can't fast travel. It's like realistic. But I'm wondering if they actually have permadeath in that. That'd be interesting. It's like, oh, you walk into a fucking, super duper mart and just get ganked by a bunch of ghouls. That'd be kind of interesting. It's like, well, you didn't prepare for it. Too bad for you. That kind of thing. I think they're using more games with permadeath,
The only problem with Fallout
but
4
as an
being
option, an
yeah,
optional permadeath.
yeah, I can agree with you there. The only note I would have is also kind of works when the game isn't buggy to all hell, as in Fallout 4. When you have like Arc and stuff, it's like even their permadeath is like you still retain the skills. It's just you lose
Oh,
everything on you, and that's
whoa,
what I.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Dude, Ark is not less buggy than Fallout 4 if that's what
No,
you're
no, 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 no,
insinuating.
no. I'm saying like
After
Eh,
how many times like somebody like Yavert fell through the floor and died,
eh,
yeah.
I I never had as many bugs as you and Yavert. You and Yavert, disconnect issues, stuff like that. I hate when people are just like, oh my god, it's like terrible. It's like I'm just like, don't do it. Like I'm at a point now where it's just like, stop it. You're doing something wrong because it just never happens to me.
Maybe it happens, you don't realize it.
No, I swear I've never disconnected on the pterodon while flying with someone and had them fall. I've had that happen to me multiple times when I was being carried, and then guess what? I had a parachute. I was fine. But guess what? Yavrin and my brother, the two idiots that are like, we're gonna fly in a pterodon. We're not gonna have a parachute. It's great. And they fall, die, lose their stuff, and complain and ask me to pick them up. And then also we lose a pterodon by something, aka my brother flying to the winter wonderland of T Rexes and saber teeth to get some, oh god, some material, and then essentially just being massacred. And he's like, hey, I need to go pick up my stuff. And then Yavert had the same thing happen to him, like, you motherfuckers.
Back to that thing about Fallout 4 being glitchy. I have to say though, Fallout 4 in comparison to Skyrim and Oblivion and Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, it's actually not that glitchy, which is good because Fallout is technically an open source game. Like it allows you to modify it like it's very easy to modify and change the game because it's basically an open source game. That makes sense? And like I'm just shocked at how like because I've been a fan of the Fallout series for a while. I've had very few game breaking bugs in Fallout 4. Like and I played it from day one. Like I had maybe like one or two glitches where like a side quest wouldn't end correctly, or a fucking Brahmin would end up on the roof of a settlement. I don't know how that fucking happened unless they can fucking fly.
Like I had more
But
glitches in
yeah,
State of Decay than Ark. That's early access compared to just a game. I mean, that
State
being
of Decay is in early access. I thought it was full
no,
release.
no, I'm just what I'm saying. Ark is early access, and I've had less
Oh,
bugs than State of Decay. The buggiest game. Let me think about that. The buggiest game I have played would have to
it's probably
probably be
Ark for me.
no
Either
Batman Arkham
Ark.
Knight.
Well, okay, yeah, but that was not really fair because they had all the
Not
other
fair. They
versions of
release it, and
all
they're
the
like,
other versions of the
guys,
game
I'm
were
sorry.
fine. It's just they
We're
had some
gonna-
shitty third-party developer doing a PC
I guarantee you, if
version
Steam didn't
report
have
for
so
it.
many have the refund policy as they did, that game would still have been on the market, being like, here, bid it,
Yeah.
get
Did they
it.
ever fix it?
Kind of. That's
Act-
a game that I am apparently trying to go back to as well. It's just I
Actually,
don't
you
have
know what?
time.
Two games that are really buggy: Civilization 5 and COH2. Civ 5 more than the other, but
Okay, COH2's buggy is the fact
No,
that
no, it's not.
it
It's not.
lags if there's more than 2v2s.
Yeah.
Civ is actually
Well, if it
buggy because of
lags,
the
if it
fact.
lags, that's more of a PC. That's more of a hardware issue, I think. A hardware/internet connection
Wait,
issue.
no, Civ doesn't seem like I don't understand
Well,
with you
Civ is
guys. I
Civ is
save it,
buggy.
I come back to it. You guys save it, you guys lose it, and then you guys can't connect and everyone complains. So
That's because Civ is designed. I mean, granted, it has multiplayer capabilities, but it's not fleshed out. They didn't focus on it. They focused on single player. That's the bread and butter of the Civ franchise. Is people playing it on their own by themselves, that kind of thing. So that's why single player always works and multiplayer works kinda.
I can understand that. The major thing I definitely make note of though is again both games. Again, they still have like random bugs which make no absolute sense. Like in Civilization 5, for whatever reason, the game just like crashes after like a certain era. Like if you have so many people, or you have CH2, which we had the AT gun that would never die.
I remember that. I think was that when we were playing with I think Yabbert and Redman, like Yabbert and Woodstock.
Yeah, so bro, I have a replay for you, which by the way, it's about an hour long. It has me being fantastic, and it has a 5-star Panther. So check that out. Well, for the CH2 online replays coming
Brown
soon.
poser.
But
Or
Brown
not.
poser. Shameless plug.
or will. Any case, the major note I bring to you that is there was an AT gun with no men on it. It was always alive, and it was just shooting, and it couldn't
No, wait,
move.
hold on. Are you talking like a 17 pounder? Or are you talking about like a pack 40 or something?
I'm talking about like a normal AT gun. It was a normal Russian AT gun that would not die. It was 2 stars and it wouldn't die. I had a King Tiger
You know why?
dying on it from the side. It
You know
wouldn't
why?
die.
It's
Why?
because it's made out of pure 100% stellinium. And it's crude by dead Soviet heroes, and its shells are guided by the mustache of Stalin.
That explains so much now. That explains everything.
Father Aldina!
You just see little ghosts with floating vodka going around it.
Like you see like the ghosts have like little fucking Ushanka hats with the fucking hammer and sickle on it. Yeah. Dude, Ushanka hats are fucking awesome.
But in any case, minusing our glitches and aside, I will make note that we do have a lot of good things coming up with this year, or at least in the next couple months. We have Quantum Break coming to the channel. We have Halo Wars coming, and that's available, which we need to jump on, and you'll probably be seeing more of that.
I am actually wait. If we're going to talk about this, I don't think Halo Wars is coming out this year.
I doubt it. I doubt that as well. I also doubt that that it's going to be that good of a strategy.
Would you like to know
considering-
why?
Why?
They have not released a single piece of marketing since E3 last year.
We'll just wait till
which
E3 this year.
again, I don't know
No,
if you want to wait for Quantum Break to come out, but it's kind of unnerving. There hasn't not been a trailer or
dude,
anything.
relax, man. They got E3 in June.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm,
It's
I'm
two
it's
more
glad if they
not.
months.
do the Fallout stuff. If they do the Fallout route where it's like, here's everything in 6 months, great.
Oh, by the way,
But
it's
I'm just
releasing
a
in
little
five
bit worried because
months.
Microsoft typically promotes this stuff pretty heavily beforehand.
The major thing is it's Halo Wars. So for them, it's kind of like the black sheep of the Halo community. It's basically the family member that, it's kind of successful. So imagine like Trump, just like everyone's having a good time, and then this guy just walks in like, "Hey, I only have a few million." He's like, "Who invited him?" It's like he's the
You
well
do
loved
not
part of the family. Everyone likes him. He's like,
spread.
but he sold so little, and he's not like everyone else.
Like Halo Wars. I played it a little bit, and and to be honest, I didn't like it because the strategy mechanics of it, like the bases are kind of cool, yes, but I don't like having like all the bases are uh they're all in the same place. There's no points to capture in the field, or if many at all. It's I just feel like games like Command and Conquer and COH are like the kings of RTS of RTS games, and those mechanics in those games need to be copied more often. They need to, especially with COH2's mechanics, like the cover, resource build or the resource territories and stuff like that. Like if more strategy games did territories, they did a territory system like that of COH2 or COH1, like there'd be a lot more good strategy games. Like imagine like a Command and Conquer,
The
like
the only
and
problem
COH combo.
the main
I,
note I had with
I
continue, bro.
okay. My issue with the fact that remember, COA company. I'm sorry. Sorry. Uh, S- Command and
CNC.
Conquer is no longer around because A, they kind of screwed the pooch, and B, that kind of strategy game is no longer that fun. Which, as much as I like Halo Wars and it does have a cult following, it's that. It's a very passionate cult following. My concern is how do you make it so a lot of people like it? Company of Heroes 2 is pretty popular. That being said, it's also so dirt cheap and they make a lot of money off microtransactions. So my concern is this. If they make Halo Wars, do they go off Halo Wars or do they, again, the people behind it, go off their own games? We know they make Total War and we know they like implementing. Does that mean are they going to go a Total War interface where there'll be like a literally a line of Marines firing and going
That
around?
would be ideal for me. Like, but again, well, not again, but I
And that
think that they if
wouldn't.
they do Halo Wars 2, I know they haven't announced much for it. I don't know if it's coming out for consoles or not. I hope to God that it's only on Windows 10, because if you have a strategy game that branches between console and PC, the controls are going to be garbage for it, and that's what killed me for Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3 it was fun, but as a strategy game, it was far from perfect because it had to rely on console controls.
I will admit Halo Wars console commands not bad. They were pretty responsive and pretty well implemented for a console strategy game. It was really well done, at least in my view.
Dude, I'm still waiting for fucking World and Conflict 2. Dude, they need to bring that series back. That if any strategy game has a cult following, it's that one. It's because the story was essentially like reading through a Tom Clancy novel. It was that caliber. And of course the action was there, you know. Granted there's no way in ever living fuck you're going to parachute in an Abrams tank, but still it was still fun.
To be fair, you also had. I think that's again a kind of art. Like again, strategy games are always a love for us, and bro, I think with the launch of the Division, you can definitely see possibly a return to RTS maybe with the original developer. Because
I see that developer not even going near World in Conflict unless they're giving it as a DLC side project for Ubisoft because Division is making them so much money right now. I don't know. I mean, that might give them ability to take a risk, but I see a small risk, not a large one from that studio.
Honestly though, the reason why there aren't that many big budget strategy games anymore is because you're limited to, one bracket of the gaming market. I don't know what the percentages are for PC gaming versus console gaming versus mobile, but with it's not like, like Quantum Break, it's coming out on console and PC, or it's not like, um, what's that fucking planetary exploration game coming out for PS4?
No
Shit,
Man's
it's all
Sky.
colorful and gay. Yeah, No Man's Sky. That one's coming out on PC and
I want
console.
to see that on the freaking box title. No Man's
Just like
Sky.
on the back, like on the back, like for like critic quotes, just says colorful and gay. 5 out of 5.
And right underneath it says Adam Kovic. It's like Skyrim with space.
Exactly. Actually, if you want to, let's branch off onto that for a second here. I literally know nothing about No Man's Sky. Like I can't I don't know a lot of information about it. It's intriguing though. But what I don't know is it like, is it just exploration? Is it, with some space combat, or can you like build shit?
It'll be
I mean,
everything.
if you can build shit like, like Minecraft or like Space Engineers, then fucking sign me up, because I am there, dude.
You can explore, you can build, you can have it be your wife, you can do all these things and more. Uh, no, apparently it's supposed to be an open world, like Discovery game with a lot of cool features. But the only problem is it's being made
Is
by
there
like a
co-op?
group of 20 people. Yes, it is. It is. You can play with
Interesting.
other players. And it's always it's randomly generated. But the thing about it is it's being made by 20 people, and I know with Destiny, the promise all deliver little. Like literally, that was Destiny for me. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" And it was like, "What?"
Destiny wasn't bad. It's just the way it was executed. I think the way Destiny was executed was due to, upper management, publishers telling them like, hey, just cut this out, cut that out, and then make it on your deadline, kind of thing. Because the lore for Destiny is amazing. The gunplay for Destiny is amazing. The graphics for Destiny is amazing. The story for Destiny, there was originally supposed to be a much better story for it, but it got cut. You can tell it got cut. You know,
Yeah, there was actually a insider. Now again, this is all speculation and rumor, but apparently there was a fully developed story, but Activision came in and was like, this is too spacey. This is too goofy, cheesy. So they're like, you have to cheese this. And no offense for Halo and whatnot, but that's kind of what worked in its charm. It didn't try to be super, and that's why I think, especially like Halo 2, Halo 3, it didn't try to be like thought provoking, and it was just a telling a very good story. And I think Halo
well,
4 did that, and I think that's why Halo 5 did, because they're like trying to go, oh, we're going really in depth with the universe, and we're doing all this, and it's just like, could you not? Because it kind of sucks.
I mean, like I like the lore for Destiny because it's kind of like, what's the word? It's fantasy. It's totally fantasy, but it's science. It's sci-fi fantasy, and I like that. If you ever played if you ever read into any of the Dawn of War games or whatever, Dawn of War lore or whatever, it's all fantasy, and it's cool, and it's, its deepest elements, but it's all sci-fi. Like, there are different, there are elves, there are humans, there are demons, there are, you know, all that shit. But instead of being like different races on a planet, they're just different worlds and different species of aliens, which is interesting. And I kind of like that with, with Destiny. They had that going for them, but they just Activision just fucked them. They fucked them hard. And apparently, I left before the House of Wolves expansion released, but apparently with the House of Wolves expansion and one of the other, not House of Wolves, Taken King.
Yes.
Um, I left before the Taken King dropped. Apparently, the Taken King added actually a pretty good amount of story to the game. Apparently, I haven't played it because I literally went, you know a year and didn't get anything out of it after a while. That and like their leveling system was fucking retarded. I hope they'd never do that again for another Destiny game. Fucking stupid ass light levels.
my major note would be Destiny. Yeah, the story was kind of wonky, and I think Bungie had more fuller reins on the story on the second half. At least that's my guess.
Yeah,
Um,
because people were bitching about it, and Activision's like, well, we fucked up.
who would have guessed effing up a story and getting, having nothing there and just having pure action would make a lot of people mad. Who could ever guess? Who could ever guess? Cough, cough, Batman v Superman, cough, cough.
Oh God, do we really want to get into this?
No, we're not getting
No,
into
I'm
this.
just
No.
mentioning it. We're not getting into
Drop
it.
it.
I'm not getting into this.
Drop it like a hot potato.
I had a
Potatoes.
50-minute video of me ranting over this.
Go check out Greyshot Productions' review of Dawn of Justice. Answer: it's not good.
Ooh. Ooh. Shameless plug. Talk slut.
Okay then, but any case, the other note I make about this in the future and whatnot is with the release of Destiny and Division and whatnot. I mean, are you guys excited for that type of game, or is it just something kind of like it's interesting, or is it not captivating your
I'll
attention?
give it another shot. I'll give it a shot because I like the sci-fi and fantasy aspect, but I also like the stylized aspect that No Man's Sky brings to the table. It's like I don't know, it's colorful, it's beautiful, but it's still stylized, but it still looks good. I'll play it, even if it's just eye candy, just play when I get home from work type thing. You know.
Now I can understand that. Destiny captivated me, but the problem was it just didn't have that much content. Like the raid was fun, but it was just monotonous.
Yeah. Well, the raids were just difficult as all hell. Like, oh my God, dude. The raids were impossible on fucking Destiny. And if you weren't the right level, you were boned. You couldn't do crap if you were the wrong level. Even if you're one level below, if you're one level below like if I can't remember what I think it was like the Vault of Glass or whatever on Destiny. It was like a level 26 raid. And if you were level 25 and you went on that raid, you would get your dick knocked in. Just one level below, and you just it's I hate that. I hate that. On top of that, you also had to get stupid ass light levels with random loot, which is bullshit. Don't even get me started on that. But yeah,
Um,
yeah. Actually,
I
speaking
think.
of good looking games, what about Doom?
Doom. Okay, so Doom looks good. My issue with Doom is the fact that I'm not okay. My shooter series that I played was Halo. It was not Doom. Most people start off with Doom. I do not have a connection with Doom. I never played Doom a game at all. It looks interesting. It looks really good. I'm curious to see how people react to it, and I'm curious with the beta. Um,
There's gonna be multiplayer, correct? Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, no,
and
yeah, there
there's
is. 'Cause I saw
interesting
there's a beta
Forge.
for it. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. There is. I'm already picturing though when it releases that there's gonna be like a section of people that are gonna be bitching and moaning that it doesn't have a story. No, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, neither did the original Doom. It's literally all Doom is, in case anybody's wondering, is I'm calling it right. I'm gonna call it right here. All Doom is gonna be is just you slaughtering thousands of AI, and it's gonna be fun. But that's all it's gonna be. So yeah, I have no problem with that. What about you guys?
I I just don't. It'll be interesting. That's all I can say. I don't know about the future. I don't know. The past has already been. I've been burned with enough. So if there's a core concept that wins me over, then I'll go with it. But until then, I'm just gonna stick with what I know best and getting murdered in games that strategy games and first person shooters and stuff. Uh, but
Okay.
Doom is. I don't know. I want to like it, but at the same time, it's interesting. That's all I can say about it. Though the guys from
I
Achievement
mean,
Hunter apparently have
if you
good things
like
about
if you
it.
like the if you like the gun mechanics from New Order or Wolfenstein New Order, you'll probably like Doom. Although
Well, isn't
with
it?
Wolfenstein the New Order, it was more story driven.
If I'm getting correct, please let me know. But isn't it like incorporated? Like I mean, isn't there like some kind of massive single player mechanic or something that like changes? Or am I completely messing that up? Or is it just like a pure single player campaign and multiplayer?
What are you talking about?
For Doom,
Wolfenstein New
isn't there
Order?
like isn't oh no, I'm like talking about Doom. Like it wasn't there like some kind of single player mechanic, or is it just like a single player campaign? I was confused when that was
It's
released.
a single player campaign where you just go through and just beat levels, and then there's going to be a forge aspect where you can make your own maps, and there's going to be multiplayer where you can like you make your own maps, make your own levels, kind of like
Oh wait, so
that
it's not
fucking
open? So it's not like an open.
no, it's not open world. It's literally
Oh, I
it's
thought it was like
Doom. Doom
Destiny.
is
No, with
no
Doom?
no 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 no.
Yeah, I thought it was. I always thought it. I thought that was like they were trying to copy the Destiny model, which is why it was closed. I thought you play through the single player motions, and I thought the guy walked into a multiplayer arena and he just jumped right in. I was like, oh, that looks weird. But now that you guys, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's what was it like?
That's why I wasn't even looking
Doom.
forward to it. But if
It's
just a
going to
pure shooter,
function. It's going to end up functioning just like Wolfenstein: The New Order. You know, it's going to have the same basic gun mechanics. It's probably going to feel the same in
Well,
terms of
here's the
gunplay.
counterpoint with Wolfenstein New Order. Wolfenstein New Order had great gunplay, looked great, and had a fantastic story.
Yeah,
Doom looks great. The gameplay looks interesting, except for the possible rise, same animation. My question would be, and this is very interesting, what what is the story?
well,
Is it
I
good?
guarantee you, there's not going to be a story. Like, I'm putting money on this right now. There's probably not going to be a story. It's like if anything, if I remember anything from the classic Doom games, it's literally you go through a level, you murder everything, and then you go to the next level and murder everything, and then you go to the next level and murder everything.
Well,
That's the kind of game it is. It's just
that's
you go through.
fine. That
Like
I have no
there might be a
interest.
story,
That's
but it's
essentially
going to be mostly you murdering shit.
I
The
again.
draw to it though is that there's going to be a multiplayer, and from what I've seen, the multiplayer has potential to be a very popular platform. You know, it might even be MLG platform. I don't know because it's basically taken the place of what like Unreal Tournament used to be.
My question again. Oh, or my sorry, not question. Sorry, my issue is this. I have no I have no interest in games if they're survival based. That like again, if they're just survival kill 'em alls. For example, people are
Killing
I
Floor.
get killing floor. Thank you. I get so many requests. Why don't you do killing floor? I don't like killing floor because I don't want to do. It may have great gunplay. I don't give a shit if it's just repeat kill, repeat kill. It may be varied, may be interesting, and it may look great. I have no issue with the developer of this game and what they're trying to do. But it's just a game that doesn't interest me. Like Destiny. Destiny played great. I dropped out and will not go back because I have not heard any. Like even with the Taken King, I was like, if you did not like Destiny, even with the upgrades they did to the story, you still have no fucking clue what the heck is going on, who's who, what's what, how's everything going on. And I don't expect them to answer every question, like Batman vs Superman did not really answer any, but I expect a cohesive, interesting narrative that sucks you in and keeps you invested. Batman vs Superman didn't do it. Um, was it? Oh God.
use
What was the
them
game I was thinking?
words.
Yeah, use them words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Words are difficult.
But essentially, any game that essentially just kill things, it's like I'm just like, okay, well, I could kill things in other games, and while you're interesting, there's not much. There's not much here, like keeping you in my mind. Like I don't get like my memory is not necessarily of how I kill stuff unless it's with friends in Battlefield. Like again, I have some great memories in Battlefield. If I'm by myself, there better be something other than just me killing shit that I'm gonna remember. Or it's like usually it's narrative impactful moments. Like I'll remember the moment in Brothers where literally there's a moment where I was stumped and I thought my game broke, or Batman Arkham Asylum where I thought my game broke, or Alan Wake, which I'll go back to when I'm just like, what is going on right now? Type moment that kind of is revealed later. It's just those moments I remember a lot more than me killing stuff in Wolfenstein. I'll remember
Yeah,
the
no, I
interesting
understand
twist.
that. I understand that, but it's made to be. It's honestly, it's gonna sound kind of cruel, but it's made to be gore porn. It's made to be like
Which is fine.
demon slaying fucking awesomeness, which it's what
I've
it's gonna. It's probably gonna be very successful at that. It's
I
just
have no
I
problem
don't
with
want
you
people to
doing
hate
what
the
you
game
want to
because
do.
they expect a story and it doesn't have it. It's not gonna have a story. And if it has some story, then that's a fucking bonus in my book
It
because Doom doesn't never really have a story.
I'm not saying it has to have a story, but make it interesting. Make it so that way you have an interesting, like area. If you have these cool hell demons with this Mars background and has this cool air, like that's fine. A environment can be way more interesting than the story itself. Like
Well,
again,
it's going to have
Destiny
that
is
then.
that example where Destiny sucked me in, but the story was so laughably bad that detracted me. If Doom has a passable narrative where it's just you're a super soldier and has some interesting maybe not like a character moment here or there and a really cool setting and with great gunplay, that's fine. But when you are so bad at just describing the place, then I have an issue. But if it fits within that world, then absolutely, I'm all for it.
The other note that I have, at least it's for me, is when it comes to shooters that deal with like supernatural or anything when it comes to supernatural, I don't find it engaging as much as I do when it's sci-fi. Like for instance, Halo, it's like, okay, I'm shooting aliens. I don't know why, but my brain says aliens. Okay, that makes sense. When I'm shooting, quote unquote, with Doom, like the thought of me shooting demons from hell on Mars just makes me just think of like, what? Like it literally just makes me scratch my head and be like, why? Can we just nuke Mars? Can we just nuke it from orbit? I think that's a good option. I think it's a great option.
Yeah.
So, actually, since you don't like games with like minimal story, I take it that you don't like games like Bloodborne or
Nope.
yeah,
Fuck no.
yeah. I don't like those either. Like if you're not gonna if you're not like it doesn't present a
I
story.
also don't like
I know that I
misogyny, but I
shouldn't
know some
expect a
people who
story
like Dark
too,
Souls like that.
but the gameplay, like I think Doom's gonna make up. I honestly think Doom's gonna make up for lack of narrative. Again, there's no guarantee that it is or isn't going to have a narrative. It may have a good narrative. It may, but honestly, I think it's gonna have
It
minimal to no narrative.
it
But the
needs
gameplay will be fun. Like with
it.
Bloodborne, the
Yeah.
gameplay isn't fucking fun. I don't want to play a game that gets me so angry I snap the controller in half and then not have a story.
Yeah.
You know?
My thing is, if a game, all right, this probably is the best way I can describe myself. If the game doesn't have a hook or aha moment, then there's no point. For example, this is perfect. Was it Company of Heroes 2? The single player stuff is okay. It's not great. And it's like, oh,
Because
why
it
do you
has a
like
basic story
CH2?
arc.
It's the aha moments in multiplayer where literally things can go from amazing to what is going on, or you can go from I'm about to lose to win the game. It's those moments that happen in split seconds that's like, okay,
No, that's where I think Doom is going to have, some redeeming moments. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I'm saying just because of the fact that is going to have competitive multiplayer and people liked the competitive multiplayer in the betas. That I think that's going to be a major factor the success for the
yeah.
success of the game.
I love Siege because of the teamwork and co-op offensives plus just like the split-second tactics. That's the aha moment that drives me in. If Doom has that with the gunplay where there's something about it, whether it be multiplayer, the single-player component that drives me in, then yes, I'm for it. But if it doesn't, then I would rather go somewhere else.
Now, see, I don't want to play Siege because I'm a fan of the old school, Rainbow Six games. I'm a fan of Vegas 2, Rainbow Six 3, you know, all of those games. Because they don't have, like, I was so disappointed that they didn't have a single player in Siege. Like, because I was one of the guys that was waiting for Rainbow Six Patriots when that shit came out, and then it went dark, and then they canceled it, and then made Siege. I want to play through a story where I play as a badass SWAT officer. I want to do that, or counterterrorism or whatever. I want to do that. Vegas 2 had a great story.
Yeah.
Vegas 1 had a good story.
If you want
I
a
am
story,
so disappointed that they didn't add that because it wouldn't have been that
but the
difficult to add one.
multiplayer is so good, and just like
But
CH2, everything can go
was
from
the
amazing to
multiplayer
fuck.
in Vegas 1 and Vegas 2.
Walks in.
Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 had great multiplayer.
I
Walks
literally,
And they had a great story, so elevated the game to the next level of awesomeness.
I
because you have
literally, I
really
literally had a
fast
game today that
systems.
we had 5 people, and like, okay, we were down to 4 versus 1, and the one guy in the enemy team took out myself. 3 people ran in to get him, and all 3 of them died from random traps and other stuff that happened. It was amazing, but
No,
it's
I mean,
just, or like
uh, uh,
me beating down Joe Devastated with a riot shield was probably the funniest moment I've had in quite some time. And he's like, "What the fuck?" with everyone else. It's great, but it's like those are the haha moments. I know that's not what Rainbow Siege is known for. It's not Siege, it's Rainbow Six. And Siege is its own thing. It's not Rainbow Six. That's why people are very upset. And I totally get it. But
No,
as a
because I
new
mean, like
person who's never
you
played
play
Rainbow
a.
Six that much, Siege is great.
I know, but like, but it's with Rainbow Six. It's a Tom Clancy game. You're expecting some kind of story, though. You're expecting that as a consumer to have, or as a Clancy fan to have some sort of story, like even if it's a shitty one. But Ghost Recon, like Graw and Graw 2, they had shitty stories, but they had great multiplayer. But could at least play through a single
There
player
is a
campaign.
story in Siege if you unlock it. There is an actual story.
There's a one mission.
It's one mission.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want like an actual campaign where, I mean, that's just because I'm used to, rappelling through set pieces in uh, Vegas 2 and,
It's weird.
blasting my way through E3.
I actually think about that now. That one mission you cannot play with friends. You have to search randomly. And I'm just like, why? Why do I have to search randomly with random people to play this mission? Why can't I play it with an elite team and do it on a higher difficulty? But
Yeah.
apparently that is not the case. I'm just like, okay, this is incredibly frustrating playing with random people. Lucky enough, I got some people who could talk. But I mean, like, it. I beat it with 3 people because the other 2 people quit because they're just terrible. But it's just like, well, why? It's very frustrating. I don't know why they don't have co-op missions and stuff like that. That would be cool. Having a co-op story in
Yeah,
Siege would be
exactly.
great.
Yeah. Like I miss like in Rainbow Six, like there's Vegas 2 is I love Vegas 2. That game was awesome. Like I like how you had a squad with you. You can like just you could stack up on doors, breach clear, that kind of thing. You could tell your squad mates to go to different doors and then breach at the same time, or you can that kind of stuff. I like having that. I like feeling like the squad leader instead of just like one guy on a team. You know?
I think the same problem though is when you have a single player component with a multiplayer type game where it's clearly focused on the multiplayer, it can feel shoehorned in. I think that was the main problem with Titanfall. Titanfall's campaign was absolutely atrocious. Like it had a good story, but the implementation was just horrible.
I don't know. I think the next Titanfall is going to have a separate campaign. I guarantee you, because that game has the potential to have some really good lore, just like Destiny, just like Destiny. You know?
I completely agree with you. I like Titanfall and I like the gameplay. I just think they need to flesh it out a lot more, and I think they'll have a
Yeah.
fantastic sequel. But
They need to flesh out the universe.
but
They need to establish the universe better.
yeah, exactly. Bro, do you have any other comments about Titanfall?
Wait, Titanfall? I think it might be coming out this year. Does that make sense?
You weren't paying attention again, weren't you?
I mean, to be fair, I like oranges, but I don't like Batman.
What?
Are we talking about Bernie Sanders, or are we talking about the
You
Ralph
busting blue
Snyder
again, boy?
incident? I'm so confused right now. Is Master Chief coming in, or do I have to worry about Tom Hiddleston or Michael
One
Ironside?
Well, guys,
Are we
one
talking about
five
Splinter
by
Cell?
the way, guys,
151. Here's a gun. Here's one bullet. You know what to do.
yes, I know I know who
Time to
Hitler
go
is.
out back. 117. Time to go out back. Come on, boy.
Is that where Al? Is that where Old Yeller is? Can I see him?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But no, guys,
We just need you to stare face down in this hole real quick. Just think of happy thoughts. We'll talk about those rabbits again.
But in the chat box, I listed for you guys our final topic of the episode, which will be a definite high note, which is a city shrouded in shadow.
What the fuck?
What the hell is this? Oh my god.
Yes.
What? I'm afraid.
Yes.
I'm afraid.
It is a game where basically you are a guy, I believe, or a girl in a city, and you have to survive this city while it's being destroyed by giants.
Wait, 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 wait,
Oh my god. Boo.
wait.
Boo.
Oh my god,
Boo.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, so basically you
Yeah.
have to get food and resources and survive as the city is being attacked by giant monsters. And these monsters include, if you are a kaiju fan,
Godzilla.
Godzilla,
Oh
Ultraman,
my god.
Evangelion, the Eva 1, I believe.
Jeez.
Uh,
Oh my
Well, I'm
god.
taking that gun and that bullet and using it on
Yes.
myself right now.
and a few other well-known characters. Possibly I think Gamera. Let me double check.
Wait. Players can choose their starting clothes and hairdo. All right, whatever. And the player can even make a friend and a love interest decisions. Really? Uh,
What the fuck?
I don't mind. Is there a trailer? Dude, this is a brilliant. Whoever has this idea is a genius. Oh my, there was a game. I think it was literally called Greyshot. It was a Cloverfield game that had this general idea, and you are a photographer. Um, hold on. I swear there was there was a Cloverfield game in development for a small period of time. It was called Greyshot. Um, am I crazy in saying this?
Yes, you are crazy. Actually, like looking at
No,
the
actually,
time,
you're right. It was
when do you
being
guys
fan
want to end
made.
this?
Oh,
Shortly, but yeah, it was being made
Okay.
for Cloverfield. We'll give this 5 more minutes, guys. But yeah, so this
Okay.
is a game that I just learned about recently, and I don't have a PS4, but I hope it comes to PC because this is a game I would play the hell out of. Being just like again, if you just have to survive and you're underneath the footsteps of. I should note it's not only these monsters, but they're evil shadow versions of the monsters. So essentially, I'm obviously it's to save resources. They have to make other monsters to fight, but essentially they have like an evil Godzilla, an evil Ultraman, an evil Evangelion, all fighting their counterparts or other monsters. So yeah, I am super excited for this.
I I don't know. I'm not a big fan of what's the word? Kai
Kaiju.
kaiju. Yeah, I think it's
Here's my
cheesy. I
rationale.
think it's fucking cheesy.
Here's my
I really
rationale.
do.
Seriously, here's my rationale. I like the idea of you being in a city and you have no control. And there's a monster fighting and you're just trying to survive. It's literally perfect.
Isn't this just a clone of? Isn't this just like a Godzilla version of this War of Mine?
No, well, kind of, except it's under one night and it's a third person. I would rather see it as like a 2D. I thought that people would have to do like a 2D thing because it would be too. You can't. It's hard to do a 3D city. But if I don't, but my question would be, how do you make a 3D city in which is fully destructible, that two giant creatures are fighting or being destroyed with military, and how do you make it entertaining enough so you don't like get bored? That's my only question. Like, what's the escape? Is Godzilla just roaming around like a big entity? You're the only person there, and you're just walking around, and Godzilla will see you. It's like, no, that's stupid. Is it going to be a bunch of people, and there's just like freaking out while all sorts of shit is going down? And you're just trying to make it way. That would be cool. Like the game I'm picturing is Godzilla going around. There's people scurrying the streets, military fighting, and you're just there with like, okay, do I steal a car and possibly get arrested or something? Do I try to run over people? Do I go in the
Oh,
sewer?
I would
Do I go
also
in a
just love.
building?
I also love the
A
fact that if you
boat?
were in a car or let's say by the military,
Do I go for the airport?
you look up and you see Godzilla charging an atomic ray, and you're like, you have to dive into a building to avoid just getting blasted to oblivion. Or you see Ultraman charging down the street towards you, and like you have to run it into like a someplace like you jump into like a manhole cover or something that way you don't get trampled. That'd be awesome.
There's again a city street with a car. It seems like people are running around. It looks like someone's on a motorcycle. So and also a boat. I like this idea. I really do. My issue with it is the game looks like a piece of shit. It doesn't look particularly good. If
Yeah,
this is it,
completely
it's
agree.
PS4 and Vita. So if this is Vita screenshots, I don't mind. But if this is PS4, this looks like early 360. This looks like Godzilla the game that came out last year graphics. And honestly, that's maybe fine for survivor horror because there's some survival games, 7 Days to Die, that look like a piece of shit. But
Actually,
um,
I need to make a video of going back to that game and seeing what the hell happened. Like,
are these
like what's going on with that game.
I mean, I like again, if they can do it, and this is a big if, that's entertaining, that it's like scary, and there's a giant creature destroying everything around you, that's fine. If this turns to be you're on a motorcycle, dodge incoming stuff, and you're like literally, it's just like one of those running games where you're just like going down the city street while Godzilla's chasing you, I would be incredible. That you have pulled me. If this is a big open world game where there's creatures going around, military fighting, other people, and you have to like not get his attention, not get killed. That would be insane. I would love that. I would be the person who would be like, fuck it, get on top of a skyscraper and just watch the two monsters fight and just hopefully flag down a helicopter. That's my thing. I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna die, but hey, maybe I get out and maybe I get some awesome live video. You know there would be someone that would be trying to get a selfie, like them bigger than Godzilla, and then Godzilla just slams into the building and kills them.
Like, lol, no.
Oh,
But
by the way, I just want to make note. I'm actually looking up 7 Days to Die right now. It actually looks a lot better than when we left it, like that year ago.
I am googling it right now. I do not believe you for a second.
It actually does.
I do not
Look,
believe
there's
you
more
for
buildings, there's more. It looks like there's
images.
A lot more. Yeah, but in any case, guys.
It looks more colorful. It looks more colorful. It doesn't mean the textures still look like a 360. It looks like Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you there. I'm just saying. But in any case, guys, that is Greyshot Productions the Greyshot Productions podcast, episode number 3. The videos will be coming up with more sporadically. We apologize for the long absence, but they will be coming up with more frequency. Greyshot 117, he was being very lazy, and I told him, listen,
I
you gotta
pushed
do
my
some
brother
work.
for a better quality, and that's what took him forever.
Exactly.
Download Skype.
I
It
had
takes him 3 years to download Skype, people.
my
It's
internet
terrible.
connection's horrible. Any case,
Why
guys.
must you fight?
So thanks again for watching. This has been.
Oh, I take this back. This game looks still terrible. This game looks terrible. I think House of the Dead on the Wii has better graphics than this. My God.
Oh, that's bad, dude.
Oh my God.
Okay, well you
Like
can't.
I've seen
complain-
PlayStation 2 games with better graphics.
Can't complain about Ark then.
Ark makes this thing look like an old, like this looks like a goddamn PlayStation game compared to Ark.
To be fair, I like the new. I like the.
I think I
new
saw. Let me double
buttons.
check. I'm gonna Google search Metal Gear Solid, and I swear to God, if Metal Gear Solid 2 has a better screen, no, yeah, Solid. Hold on, Metal Gear Solid 2 images. Metal Gear Solid 2 looks better than this game.
Wow. I bet you feel dumb now.
Well, no, hold on. 2 is iffy. I think it's about equal. 3 definitely looks better. Yep, 3 is definitely better.
Well, with that dramatic
Sucks.
reveal, we'll talk to you guys later. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.